everyone. This is Jared RAND, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Wednesday, July 16, 2025, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern. We'll be having a Time for Change call tonight after 9:15 p.m. Eastern. I'm making a major, huge announcement. Whatever the conscious mind thinks and believes, the subconscious identically creates. Remember, I've said that we've got this recorder while we're in these bodies, and the recorder is a subconscious mind. And everything you do, even the stuff that you don't think about, and it's just kind of fleeting and it flies off, it records everything. Hook, line, sinker, whole 9 yards. Then it randomly plays it back at whenever. Okay, so you never know. This is why some of us we do a replay, repeat and repeat, right? And we don't know it, but it feels familiar, right? Because somewhere along the line we've done it before. And there's a way of living your life that is so conscious and purely intentional and alive that you are guaranteed to manifest the life you desire. And it happens when you understand and practice the basic manifesting principles of this universe. The first is that your thoughts create your reality in every moment, and that you are pure consciousness behind each thought you may choose or not choose to entertain. And this revolutionary, empowering consciousness is already here now. And when you stop all efforting, scheming, trying to find it or create it, you instantly see the simple fact that it is here right now. It's like you want to become richer, more lovable, successful, or even more conscious. That is all fine and dandy. Just know that these are ideas and not the potent, powerful essence of who you are. Consciousness instantly reveals itself when you realize that you are not this mind or its desires. The pure state of consciousness is unfolding your version of reality for you to enjoy. And as you decide to perceive it in each moment, all around you, it loves you that much. Surrender to it and investigate this pure consciousness that is here now, and how there is nothing you can do to change it. That's a good thing. You want to make sure you're in a comfortable position. No outside interference. Still as a statue, relaxed into your body, and focused on your breath rising and falling. The reason life can be so challenging, a lot of people ask, why does it have to be so challenging? Because there's just one main obstacle, that we all get over-identified with the mind and certain thoughts that it becomes attached to or avoids. And the mind can get hooked like Velcro to certain roles, ideas, feelings, memories, and experiences that make you feel trapped. It's like a spider caught in its own web. The more it struggles, the more wrapped up it gets stuck. One of the greatest secrets to untangling yourself is spinning a new web around you, is in exploring the truth of who and what you are. How many of us do that? How many of us in this right now are doing that? Really, truly discovering who and what you are. When we go through this life, we've gone through every single life, not knowing who and what we are. Now, of course, we perceive that, your name is Mary Beth Jones or Jim Johnson, and that's who you are. You live at 4220 Peel Street. And this is how most of us on this planet operate, because we believe that that's who and what we are. But nothing could be further from the truth. See, what you do is that the mind's going to do its thing, right? Now, when you're in the mind, you're not going to see. But when you leave the mind alone and you just watch the mind without judgment, you'll learn how the mind operates and eventually master the mind. And you let it do its thing. And whatever it wants to weave, yet you choose to focus on the light and consciousness within. So mind's over here doing its thing. You're not concerned about the mind. You're over here discovering about who and what you are. You focus on the light and consciousness within you. And this is the most enlightening, empowering place to be. And will greatly increase your manifesting vibration. You become a super manifesting magnet for what you want. So be wise about choosing what you want. The experiences that you'll attract to you can only bring you into more enlightened perspective when you abide in the knowing that consciousness is natural, effortless, and the essential eternal state of what and who you already are. You be curious about this consciousness. If you think that you know it, let that thought go. Don't even visit it. It's just a thought and not actually pure consciousness itself. Drop all ideas about who you truly are and liberate yourself completely. This consciousness is truly unknowable and cannot be pinned down as something that you understand, comprehend, want, and are forever done with it. It is an infant. It's infant. It's always as this universe. And is here for you to explore throughout your entire lifetime. Your job is to gently unfold it and discover this dynamic divine being that you already are. And then when you realize that the consciousness is the God source, and it is everywhere. And the secret to discovering it is in being vulnerable, open, and receptive to this moment. And being honest with yourself about what your experience is, and then let that experience go. Now, if resistance is there, become that wall and let it go. Explore every experience that arises until it is finished. Your life will become more rich and juicy and full of aliveness. Consciousness is not cold. It's not hard or rigid by any means. It contains a sacred warmth that you're only going to find in the heart of it. And this love is the love of your essence. It is already inside your heart, right here and now. Just surrender to what is true. Most of us on this planet, I don't really believe that I don't believe it's on purpose. I just believe that it's a programming process where people just get carried away with judgment. Judging themselves, judging others, judging everything. And as you judge others, you judge yourself, and if you see how it goes, it just catapults. It just, it's like a snowball at the top of the hill that you roll down the hill. Snowball is going to get a lot bigger. We've got so many doors that we can walk through. Millions of doors. And when do we walk through those doors? Usually it's the ego mind. Because here's a door, you go through the door and you go, wow, right? And it's your ego mind's influence. And then other doors, you don't have a clue. You figure that they're all ego mind doors, because the last one was, and one before that, and so on and so forth. But then you discovered that that's not the case. Each door is a new experience. And that new experience is waiting for you when you open the door. Where does the new experience come from? You. Your thoughts. You create them. Are you influenced by ego mind? Oh, absolutely. So are those thoughts that actually manifest whatever is behind that door, are they from ego mind? Yes. So you have thoughts, you create, and then you experience. So you go through each door. This long hallway you can picture is endless. Each side there's a door. There's a door every so many feet. You just go down, there's a door, another door, another door, another door, another door. And this is kind of like our journey, because we always walk into the unknown. It is the unknown, but we created it so we can experience it. Now, when you know that you are the God, your pure consciousness in that body, then those doors don't bother you. You just open the door, go right through. You're excited, and you don't have any expectations or attachments, but you know it's going to be an adventure. You don't know what kind of adventure. Okay? But not a big deal. You want to go in, you want to experience it. A lot of times we create things that's an unknown for us because we don't remember. And then we walk into it and go, holy moly, this is phenomenal. And other times we walk into it and go, I cannot wait to get out of here. But all along, on either end, you're experiencing each side of creation. Now, the question posed is that if everybody on the planet knew this, and that they were an omnipotently powerful, supreme, manifesting, abundant being that never died, while they're in the body, they're a super manifester. And they manifest anything they want instantaneously. Everybody on the planet. What state would be disastrous? Well, most of the people on this planet are ego-minded. It would be an absolute cataclysm. It would be absolutely, because people weren't in heart-mind and they had a lower frequency of ego-mind, and so they're creating all kinds of havoc. So that's when you come in and you say, it is a good idea to be mindful of my thoughts, on what I'm thinking, and how am I directing these thoughts, and what kind of power or energy am I giving these thoughts. You ever picked up a book or something and you're reading it and you go, wow, I'm not going to read this anymore? Or have you ever picked up something and started reading it and said, wow, this is great? You ask someone, you want to see the other side of this? Oh, is there another side? Yeah, there's always another side. Would you like to see it? No, I'm okay with this one. I'm okay with this one. Oh, are you? Yeah. You sure you don't care to see the other side? No, I don't care to see the other side. Maybe some other time. And then we get ourselves in the muck and mire and we get all clogged up. And it's like, why would we do that? It's because we don't know the difference. We don't have any comparisons to make in this life. We really don't. Unless you accumulate through the years, and then you can reflect back on something in your life that, I remember this, I remember doing this, and I remember, what was involved and how it turned out. So I'm being presented with something similar, So why would I do that again? Most of us get into a form of repetition we call a comfort zone. And we keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, just like Einstein said. And we do this, most of us will do it through our whole lifetime, ignoring, okay, the unknowns. Because we want to know. And when we're faced with an unknown, we usually backpedal and say, yeah, I'm not going to visit them. So it's like you have a remote control, okay, directly connected to your body. And you control the body. You control the thought processes and everything. You direct the body. You tell it where to go. It's time to have fun and laugh. You're the one with the remote control, and there's the body, your body. Then one might say, well, that means that I'm aware. Well, yeah. So that means that I'm aware that I am not the body. Exactly. But yet the body is part of the energetic matrix. Exactly. It's another vehicle, tool, if you will. If we weren't able to inhabit material physical forms, we wouldn't experience. Might as well be just mud slugs flipping around. And, to qualify, verify, authenticate, and confirm, all you do is you watch this civilization. You watch it. Watch society. There's someone over here, they wear clothes that they want to wear. They're not concerned about what anybody thinks, right? And they wear what they want to wear. And then over here you've got people going, wow, look at that being over there. Look at that. They don't care about themselves and this and that. And the whole point is that it has nothing to do with the clothes you wear, but everything to do with the God that you are within that body. We expend so much energy on the things that the mind puts in our path. We get sidetracked. In fact, we could be sidetracked for a whole lifetime, or 10 lifetimes, or 50 lifetimes. Because that little devil gets in there and it sidetracks you. You're on a right even keel and you're headed for what? Discovery of your pure consciousness. And then that my ego mind comes in and it sidetracks you. Something enticing, something seductive. And it pulls your attention away. And then when you get bored with that, what happens? Well, you got to fill it with something. It's like anger, disappointment, trying to prove yourself right. All of these things, crazy. Instead of just laughing at, really, truly looking it in the face and just laughing about it, because it's like you'd think that we were all trained and coached to be super serious about this life. Well, this is what you have to do when you get to this age. Why? What if I don't like that and I don't care to do it? You've got to do it. It's part of your life development. Well, what about me developing my own life? Now, there's some of us that you become a rebel. You become a black sheep. All these titles and labels that are thrown out there. Actually, black sheep's a good thing. Why is that? The reason you stand out is because you don't go with the quote-unquote norm. You're not a normie. You're a researcher. You delve into things. You want to know things. You got that childlike curiosity. So what do they label you in society? black sheep. Or maverick. Maverick is a horse that stays by itself. It's usually, it doesn't run with a herd. It's separate from the herd. And it does its own thing. That's why it got the name Maverick. And black sheep is a good thing in this society. Because you're on the road and the path to enlightenment, because you look at that and you say, I'm stepping out of this. This isn't for me. Might be for them, who knows? It's not my concern. But it isn't for me. And I'm not going to stay here another minute. And you've probably met black sheep. Maybe you're one of them. But it's a good thing. It's always been tabbed as negative and bad and weirdo and all this stuff. But actually, the black sheep are the ones that discover things. The black sheep are the ones that challenge things. Then they have a lot of courage. They aren't out to disturb or obsess or cause people to get upset. They're out there to discover the truth. And that's what they're doing, and that's what they continually do. They discover the truth. When you're told something, it's like this media. It's like the newspapers. It's whatever you look, whatever there's being information sent. And you start to figure it out. And wait a minute, why am I looking at all this? It's all controlled. What a waste of time. I'd be better off watching a bunch of Looney Tune cartoons than that stuff. You see what I mean? It's our choice. People say, well, you don't have a choice. No, that's not true. You always have a choice. You either immerse yourself in that or Looney Tune cartoons. Or something else that's mindless. And you slowly but surely, as a black sheep, you begin to move into consciousness, awareness of consciousness. And then you go further inside, and you begin to discover the God that you are, pure consciousness, divine perfection, the only thing that isn't fake, phony, and false. Because everything around us is not real. It's an illusion. Good illusions, right? Well, when we designed this holographic universe, we wanted to make sure that it could trick us into believing certain things. It's the biggest challenge. And it has at times. The ego mind's tricked us into doing certain things and making certain decisions, right? But when you acknowledge it, like in these meditations, you say, I'm aware of that. And remember, you're gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. So you say, I'm aware of that. I've discovered my awareness to who and what I really am. Doesn't mean that you're fully there yet, but you've discovered it. And, a good perspective is that you're above the body with your remote controller. And you're connected to the body, so you experience the feelings, the emotions, and everything else. And, and then eventually the body gets to the point where it doesn't function anymore, and the controller, you go, controller's broke, throw it away, and leave the body. Pretty much what it is. That might sound really strange to some people, but that's how it works. And then, we're zapped when we leave the body, and we're zapped coming back in. So we don't have that memory so that we can decide for ourselves, well, I could go down there and incarnate into a human body. I could do so many great things. A lot of us have said this when we've been out of body. And the first thing that we concentrate on, for all of us, it's got to be about you. And a lot of people will say, well, that's ego. No, we're not talking about ego mind. We're talking about heart-mindedness. And you focus on you. Why is that? Because you forgive yourself, you go through everything. You go throughout your life and all the past and all the things and all your encounters, and then the things that you've been carrying with you, you forgive. You let it go. You're cleaning house so that the gates open up and prosperity, abundance, and everything comes flooding in. And you discover that it's been there the whole time. Why in the heck am I beating myself up going out there when it's right there? You said to yourself, I wish I would have done this and not this. I wish I would have done that. But had you done it, you would be different. You wouldn't be who you are right now. And even then, that's not who and what you are. So in a way, we have a kind of a ghost impression that we're all separate. I've talked about this many times. But we're not. And when you look at others as not being separate but part of you, things change. The biggest hurdle on this planet in this very now moment is that we are not unified. We haven't come home. I'm talking about all walks of life, all colors, all varieties, everything. We haven't unified. And what does that tell you? Well, it means that the ego mind is still the number one influencer on this planet. Not heart-mindedness. So what do you do to affect any kind of shift with that? It's all about you. You focus on the life that you want. Genuinely. Not superficially. Not just saying it to say it. Not faking it. But deeply and genuinely. You forgive yourself. You go through, like I said, you go through all the past, everything, and you clean house. And then it brings you to the now. And then your future, you're not even concerned about. Because all you will ever have is the now, the present moment. You will not have anything else. Just that. That's all we have. Moment to moment. Second to second. Space between heartbeats is the now. Someone said to you, you ask yourself this question. If I left this body in this very now moment, would I be happy with the life that I had? It's important. That's an impactful question. If I have the opportunity to leave this body in this very now moment, would I be happy with the life I had? You don't know. We do know that it's like I asked somebody, you ask somebody, can you guarantee you're going to wake up tomorrow morning? Right? Now, if they have any kind of awareness, they're going to say, no, there's no guarantees. If they're totally, completely aloof from that, they have no clue. That will tell you where they're at. Not through judgment, but you'll notice that they're not there yet. You know, a lot of people spend their time trying to convert others to their way of thinking. It's not what we're here to do. We're here to perfect ourselves and our lives. We're here to enjoy our lives by manifesting them. We're here to learn how to master the ego mind and move into the heart mind. We're here to master our thoughts, so every thought that we send out, we know what it is. We know what we're doing. Right now, it's like the blind leading the blind. Has it changed? Has it changed? Compared to 50 years ago, 60 years ago. Has it changed? All these efforts and all this spirituality claiming to be. And then look at the planet. What effects has it had? Not much. This is why we always say it's all about you. Because when you increase your vibrational frequency through your own decision, you'll attract people of like-mindedness that will come into your circle. Because they want to be around you. Like when you get around somebody that's a real down-in-the-mouther, how long do you think you're going to stay around them? You can be polite and respectful and just exit. You just excuse yourself. Because why? Because you're not interested in it. Now you get around somebody that's vibrant, and laughing, and joyous. You're going to stay around that being. Because it feels good. Because why? Because it's reflecting a part of you. And then the other ones, the down-and-mouthers, it's reflecting a part of you, but you don't really care to visit that part of you. Where any of us will find eternal happiness, joy, bliss, deep eternal love is within. Not in the ego mind. That's temporary. Everything's temporary outside the heart-mind. And of course, our life is temporary. And we're on this holographic imaging stage, and we do it all, and we create our lives, and either we are happy with it or we're not. I've heard so many people through the years say to themselves they wish they could change their lives. They had the opportunity, they would. And I say to them, you're doing it right now just by making that statement. It's like your life's divine perfection exactly as it is. So what is it that you would like to shift or change? What is the life you want to live? It's up to you. Not up to anybody else. And you may have an answer for that. In detail. But sooner than later, the people of planet Earth, this species, will move into high spirituality. Not religion. There's just so many people on this planet that get religion and spirituality confused. And what is spirituality? Finding out who and what you are. What is enlightenment? Higher vibrational frequency that already exists within you. See, we're out to maintain a high vibrational frequency permanently while we're in these bodies. We aren't interested in, wishy-washy and back and forth, a little bit here, a little bit there, not this, but this, and this, but not that. And this is how we operate. And then, of course, so many of us are immersed in what? Well, we wear all kinds of masks. We wear all kinds of masks. And what are those for? Well, those are the masks of who we think we are. And we're not. Living in deep gratitude, 24/7. That's who and what we are. Embracing deep eternal love with ourselves. That's who we are. Those are our natural states of being. To enjoy bliss and happiness and joy and peace. That's our natural state of being. Somewhere along the way, we forgot. And so we come to this planet to discover again. How many do? Well, not many. Only a few. It's like I said, this isn't a race. But your motivation comes from curiosity. That childlike curiosity you had as a kid. And you put that childlike curiosity in front of you, and I guarantee you, you're going to go within. You want to find out. You want to know. You ask a child, who and what they are. You ask them, do they love themselves? You ask them what spirituality is. They're not going to know that. So then you explain it to them. And more they're focused on that. It's all about how we love ourselves, how we love everything around us, how we know who and what we are. And we're on that voyage, so to speak. We're looking, seeking within ourselves. And then once we've discovered that we're going within ourselves, there's no reason to go anywhere else. There's no more going out there and determining, hey, look over here. This is great. And then it's gone, it fades out. And you're sitting there going, all right, where do I go now? Right? We have, like I've said many times, and remind ourselves, we have everything that we will ever need within us. There's nothing lacking. There's nothing lacking in you. Now, you could sit there and you could conjure it up through your ego mind and then create something that you believe is lacking in you. And then there it is. What you believe is what you are. And the only programmers that you should be engaged with is you. For you. Join you in meditation. I'll return to close us out. In through the nose. And an easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Remain still, relaxed into your body, focused on your breath rising and falling. For today, explore the perfection of duality. Notice there is both darkness and light within every being, thing, place, and experience. Get out a pen, paper, write down all of your biggest judgments and negative beliefs you have about other people. Then write down the opposite, positive aspect of each belief. Notice what happens when you see the divine balance within each negativity in your life. Explore and feel this divine balance within yourself today. What would your life be like if you only saw a divinely balanced, perfect state in everyone and everything? Remember, this universe is completely balanced, perfect, and divine. The negative judgments created from the mind make your world appear to be anything but that. Acknowledge this perfect balance that exists in this life and recognize this each time you judge yourself or somebody else today. Take this with you for the rest of the day, in the evening and night, and following morning. We'll return here tonight, Wednesday, July 16, 2025, after 9:15 p.m. Eastern. And like I said, I've got earth-shattering, massive announcement to make. We'll return here Thursday, July 17, 2025, to continue our global guided meditation call. Be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. Be in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal gratitude at all times, no matter what's going on within you or outside of you. When you open your heart and allow the magic to flow in.